the Players Association's call to action was to restructure the league in an effort to make systematic changes. And one of the biggest changes is, well, the main things is that player safety is the absolute priority. So in the last few weeks, former Commissioner Lisa Baird has resigned. There was the formation of a three-person executive committee to try to go on a global search. And there's been a number of updates that have happened. But for Meghann, we want to kind of pitch this question to you in the bluntest way possible for me to phrase this. Was she one of the direct issues? Was the inaction from former Commissioner Baird one of the main issues, or if not, where's some of the main internal NWSL issues lie within all of this?
Well, and of course, my twin just came running in, so I think all your listeners are about to meet my son and daughter who are homesick today. But the honest answer is that when we're talking about systemic failures and systems issues, it's too convenient and easy to blame one person or one actor. When it's a systemic issue of the type we're talking about, it's everyone, and it's everyone and it's everything. Yes, it's true that I think, we saw the emails, we know what happened earlier this spring. And so, yeah, I do think the Commissioner General Counsel dropped the ball, but I don't think they're the only ones. And I don't think that changing the Commissioner of the General Counsel solves it. And I actually don't know that NWSL and the Board of Governors would agree that fixes the problem, right? Like, we do need a fresh direction. We need to kind of rebuild our league around player safety. And one of the things that I've made pretty clear is that as we rethink the future of NWSL, we need to start with, does this keep players safe? Does this promote player safety or not? And if the answer is yes, we move on. It's like a decision tree. Okay, we go through our process. But then at the end, before we actually adopt the proposal or take action, we ask the same question again. Did this advance player safety? Does this keep players safe? And if the answer is no, we go right back to the beginning and start over again. We absolutely think there needs to be much larger change than just those two roles. The executive committee was a temporary stopgap measure just to kind of keep the league functioning until another step could be taken. Now we have an interim CEO who's been hired, an interim general counsel. But again, that's not the permanent solution either, right? There are whole overhauls of systems that need to be had. And that process is going to take a long time. But what you're seeing with our demands is an insistence on being part of that and having a seat at the table, so to speak.
Meghann, there has been so much discussion about discussion and opinions. People have a lot of opinions about these, and maybe not a lot of solutions or answers, but on how to restructure the league and its front office. And certain changes have already been made. I've alluded to that three-person executive committee, and there was recently the announcement of Marla Messing's hire as the new interim CEO of NWSL. It was just announced as of this recording this week on a Monday, October the 18th. But in your opinion, is Ms. Messing a good fit for this role right now, this interim CEO position?
One of my philosophies is to give people a chance, and when people show you who they are, to believe them one way or another. She hasn't had that opportunity to prove herself yet. She's brand new in the role. She obviously brings serious credentials into the role. Her first moves that she's made, I am very hopeful and encouraged that we're going the right direction, but it's too early, I think, to give a report card or, predict how this is going to go down. I think we need to give her a chance. She's coming into a crisis to manage it, and so far has dove in, I would say 2 feet, head first, probably. I know that she's probably sleeping very little and constantly on the phone and getting to work and rolling up her sleeves. We need someone who's going to work exceptionally hard in this moment. It's what's demanded of our player representatives, our players, myself, and frankly, everyone in NWSL to save our league. And I think we will. I think she's committed to that. Whether we'll see, I guess, a couple weeks, so a couple months, where we are, then give her a chance to get to work. I'm certainly willing to give her that chance, and I hope that fans and others will too.
It's only been a few days since Marla Messing has been in the role, since the announcement came out. But one of the first things she did was write a letter to the players and to the fans of this league. And in this announcement and throughout this letter, she said that with the NWSL and the board has responded to one of the demands already, agreeing that representatives of the Players Association will have an opportunity to meet with potential commissioner representatives and candidates and be heard in the selection of the next commissioner, which was a huge demand set forth by the Players Association. Kealia, as a player in this league who now has the potential to have a seat at that table when hiring the next commissioner for the league, what do you want from your commissioner of the NWSL?
Yeah, I think that first of all, it's huge to even be a part of this conversation. 2 years ago, 1 year ago, this would not be heard of. So we have made huge strides there. Even in CBA negotiations, we've been able to be in the room and share our experiences and share directly with the league how we feel. And that has never happened in the past. So that is so important. I think that a big thing that we need at this point is transparency. And that's something that has also greatly improved since Meghann has gotten here, is just transparency throughout the league and to the players and keeping us informed. I think that for majority of the time I've been in this league, we don't really know what's going on. We would hear things, we would see things on Twitter, we would see things before we've been told anything. So I think it's just so important to listen to players and to hear players and to keep people informed. And yeah, I think that so far the league has taken the right action, but it cannot stop here. We have to continue to work towards keeping us safe and improving our league. Like, being safe as a player is the bare minimum. We have a lot more work to do than that, but unfortunately right now that is what we're focused on.
Adjacent to the announcement of Messing in this role, the PA issued a statement that you're working with the league to come to a resolution based on the demands that were put forth back on October 6th, whether that was the accountability for anyone who was involved or could have been involved or had knowledge of abuse of power, the step back protocol, participation in independent investigations, asking for transparency from the league about those investigations and reporting. And you, as the PA, announced a good faith 7-day extension for the league to find a resolution for Monday the 25th to what were essentially 8 of those demands. So with one of those already being met with the players having a say in a potential commissioner, Kealia, looking ahead to the 25th, when the league does eventually respond to some of these demands, what comes next from you personally and in the Players Association?
Yeah, I think that we were serious about these demands, and we will go through every single one and either check them off or not. And again, a lot of it has to do with investigating the league, clubs, coaching staffs. All of that needs to be answered, and we're serious about that. So I think that it's just going through the list and demanding this change and demanding that these things be done, because that's the way to keep us safe.